A woman can make you, or she can break you. Most men only discover which one she is when it's already too late. The Stoics knew better. They believed you must observe, test, and understand a person's true nature before giving them access to your soul. Today, I'll show you how to test a woman before she destroys you. 1. Why you must test before you trust. The Stoics didn't believe in blind trust. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." But here's the thing. In relationships, many men hand over control of their minds, emotions, and lives before they've truly seen the other person's nature. And in the modern world, it's even more dangerous. A woman's beauty, charm, and affection can hide deep cracks in her character. You won't see them when she's smiling at you. You'll see them when she's tested. But the problem is, if you wait for life to test her, it may be too late. The cost could be your peace, your money, your dignity. That's why the wise man doesn't wait. He tests her early, quietly, and strategically. Not because he's paranoid, but because he's careful. The Stoics called this premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils, imagining potential dangers so you can prepare for them. 2. The respect test. Why it matters. A Stoic knows that respect is the foundation of any relationship. Without respect, love turns into manipulation. How to test it. Notice how she talks to you when she's slightly irritated, not when she's furious, and not when she's happy. The small moments reveal more than the big ones. Example. Imagine you're out at dinner. The waiter gets your order wrong, and you calmly ask for a correction. Watch her reaction. Does she support your calm confidence, or does she belittle you for being too picky? If she undermines you in public over something small, she'll likely undermine you in private over something big. Stoic insight. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." If you decide you are a man who demands respect, you must enforce that standard from day one. 3. The patience test. Why it matters. A woman who can't handle no without drama is a woman who will drain you emotionally. How to test it. Say no to something small but desirable. Maybe she wants to hang out on a night you've scheduled for work. Or maybe she wants a minor favor that you can't do immediately. Watch her reaction. Does she accept it with grace? Or does she sulk, guilt trip, or lash out? Example. You tell her you can't text for a few hours because you have a project. A patient woman will say, "No problem, talk later." An impatient one will blow up your phone with and passive-aggressive comments. Stoic insight. Seneca wrote, "He who is brave is free." Saying no is an act of bravery, and her reaction will tell you whether she's someone who values your freedom or someone who wants to control it. 4. The loyalty test. Why it matters. A woman's loyalty isn't proven when you're on top. It's proven when you're down. How to test it. Share a minor struggle, nothing catastrophic, but enough to show vulnerability. Maybe you had a tough day or a setback at work. Observe. Does she offer support, or does she quietly withdraw? Does she comfort you, or does she use the moment to push her own complaints? Example. One Stoic emperor, Marcus Aurelius, faced constant betrayal in politics. He learned that loyalty is often tested when resources are scarce. In relationships, the same applies. When you have nothing to offer but your character, will she still stand beside you? 5. The adversity test. Why it matters. Life is unpredictable. You need to know if she's a partner in storms or a fair-weather guest. How to test it. Simulate a small, shared inconvenience. Maybe the car breaks down on the way to dinner, even if it's just a short delay. Maybe plans get canceled unexpectedly. See how she reacts. Does she adapt, laugh it off, or immediately spiral into frustration? Example: if she can't handle a 20-minute delay without becoming toxic, she won't handle a real crisis with composure. The Stoics valued apatheia, emotional stability, as a sign of wisdom. A woman who crumbles at minor inconveniences lacks that stability. 6. The boundaries test. Why it matters. If you don't set boundaries early, you'll end up living by her rules instead of your own. How to test it. Establish a boundary. Time for the gym, a budget limit, a work commitment, and stick to it. Watch her response. Example: if she tries to override your boundaries in the early days, it will only get worse later. A respectful woman will accept them and may even admire your discipline. Epictetus taught that your chief task is to distinguish between what is in your control and what is not. Your boundaries are in your control. If she respects them, she respects you. 7. The value test. Why it matters. Does she love you, or does she love what you give her? How to test it. Reduce external benefits temporarily. Less spending, less fancy dates, and focus on quality time. Example: if she's less interested when there's no material benefit, you have your answer. Seneca warned against those who are friends of fortune rather than friends of the soul. 8. The silence test. Why it matters. Your absence will reveal more than your presence. How to test it. Go quiet for a short period. Not as a game, but as a natural gap. Do her messages turn bitter, or does she simply check in with care? Does she maintain respect for your time, or does she panic and accuse? Example: a woman with a healthy mindset will understand. An insecure or manipulative one will show her true colors fast. 9. Reading the results. One failed test isn't always fatal. We all have bad days, but patterns don't lie. If she fails multiple tests early on, she's showing you the blueprint of your future misery. The Stoic approach is simple. Observe without reacting emotionally. Make decisions based on patterns, not isolated incidents. Preserve your inner peace above all. 10. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. If you surround yourself with a woman whose colors are chaos, disrespect, and disloyalty, those colors will seep into you. But if you choose wisely, after testing carefully, you'll find a partner whose presence sharpens you instead of breaking you. The wise man tests early, not to catch her failing, but to ensure she's worthy of joining his path. Because in love, as in war, prevention is the greatest victory. If you found this valuable, remember, the best way to protect yourself is not by building walls, but by building wisdom. Test, observe, and then choose. Because the wrong woman can cost you your future, but the right one can make it brighter than you ever imagined. Subscribe for more powerful Stoicism and psychology. Comment Stoic if you agree.